Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I'm gonna start with today's morning show. Alright, so Fabrizio Romano going to give us the reasons why we never hear here we go for Victor Gyokeres. Now, Gyokeres agents and Arsenal, they still dey discuss for London. They're still trying to finalize the add-ons. Okay, so we don't see a lot of conflicting result and reports on the media space. Say Sporting Lisbon they tell Arsenal say if Gyokeres play the first 20 games, now we'll pay us 2.5 million. Even do this one, if not qualify for Champions League, like they want almost guaranteed add-ons. So they are still discussing. So when you look at how Fabrizio Romano put out the report, say we are still waiting for news on the future of Victor Gyokeres. The agents of the players are still in London to try to complete the agreement on the add-ons between Arsenal and Sporting. So they are still working on the deal. Now, the expectation is that this particular deal will be concluded today, so that Gyokeres go fit to go pre-season with Arsenal on Saturday. If they finish everything today, tomorrow you do medical and passes his medical, Saturday you follow flight Japa. That's the expectation. But if they no fit finalize everything today, that means na tomorrow they go fit finalize am. If that be the case, that means a medical go dey scheduled on Saturday. If that also be the case, how will they now travel with the team to that place or shit? Like, I don't know how they want to do it. You get? So maybe Gyokeres traveling might be delayed a bit. The later time will come meet them there. I don't just know how they want to do it, but I know say Gyokeres for Arsenal is a done deal. Nobody they talk say go collapse or anything. That one no be they realistic. Nobody they talk about that one. So this remaining thing we did there, like just small thing to just pass the finish line. If you check yesterday, I'm never talking about Gyokeres, like maybe 2 days and I never really talk anything about them. But as Fabrizio Romano dropped this update, I said okay, make us still let you know why we never hear the here we go, but it's going to be our player. So that will not be anything where anybody would fear. So more just the words. Let's leave them, let them work out all these differences you get and see how everyone goes to. Now, away from that also, Fabrizio Romano when they talk about Rodrygo, say leaving Real Madrid is not easy. Because Rodrygo na player say he like Real Madrid, and this is why his exit is going slow. He never really make up his mind. Say, okay, I won't come out, I won't still like which one I want to do. In fact, whenever they get updates, say Bayern Munich no want Rodrygo as their priority. It's like a plan B. Their major priority is Luis Diaz, according to BILD. Yes, so because Bayern they talk say they won't offer a second bid for Luis Diaz. The major people where they really go for this Rodrygo, now be Liverpool, and that will be if they sell Luis Diaz. So more just observe all these deals and see how the thing they go. Me, I will let you know as things they go. We still have a lot of time on our hands. Many things will still happen. Don't forget the window is closing September. I think early September, September 1 or 2 or thereabout. So it's going to be closing very early. So make sure count down. A lot will still happen. Now, goal.com, when they look this Gyokeres matter, then when they talk say Arsenal's transfer puzzle is finally complete with Victor Gyokeres. There can be no excuses for big spending Mikel Arteta in the Premier League title race now. When you read the entirety of this particular report from Goal, they're going to talk about how we've already spent like 200 million on new signings. Now, what will be the expectation of this new league will enter now, this new season? Arteta must win something to justify this influx of cash, this investments where the owners don't do now. But the thing is, let me state one thing categorically clear. If Arteta no win the league, fans will clamor for him to be sacked. But I'll tell you for free, Arteta will never be sacked. Not because I don't want him to be sacked, because I would argue if you say they should give you XYZ and they give you XYZ, you ought to meet the set down expectations, the aims and objectives we don't set say we won't achieve for the season. Now, what will be the aims and objectives of Arsenal? Bear in mind, say Arsenal's owners, the administrators, their POV, their aims and objectives might be different from our own aims and objectives. As long as Arteta keeps generating revenue for the club, qualifying for Champions League football, going fine the Champions League football, generating cash, going very, very close to winning the title league, being title contenders, generating money also, they see him as an asset. They're not going to sack him easily. Trophies, fine, is going to be like an icing on the cake. You remember when I talk, say, winning trophies are not the only metrics of success. That is how the Kronkers look at it. You might not like that type of analysis, but it doesn't mean it is false. The analysis is true. Now, coming back to what goal they talk. If Arteta don't win the league, there will be no excuse. I concur to that. I subscribe to that line of thought because I would argue now we are in a position we've never been in the last maybe 10 years. Where we say we get a bully now in front. In fact, I see Gyokeres in the same mode as I used to see Van Persie. In the era when we had Van Persie, we didn't have a very good defense. We had a decent midfield, but our defense was a shitbacker defense. People they ride us, people they do us anyhow, you get. Because then we had the likes of maybe Pablo Mari, Socrates Papastopoulos, Senderos. No, Ocean is still try, you get. So I don't forget the other one we go back. I will never play plenty game. When I have Vidic, I be waiting there. I don't be Vidic, man. You don't forget that guy name. So we had lapses in our defense. Johan Njoru them, you get. Socrates Papastopoulos, like compared to now, we say defense league back to back, best defense in the league. Midfield is still decent. Attack now they will go get lapses. Now we don't bring that man, that killer for the attack. So we are going to be experimenting this best defense, and now we are going to be having one of the best attacks. You can't add down with one of the decent, not the best, but decent midfield to add to the mix. Let us test this experiment and see what it will yield, the results where it will yield next season. Because I want to believe Arteta self knows say next season is going to be a banger. He has to win something. He has to. Otherwise, that pressure, it will see the hover around the head. Even though we all know say the Kroenke is no go sack am, but we be fans, we will see apply pressure on them. So that's the way. So that report, I don't know how I take this report by Goal.com say Arteta no get any excuse again. He has to deliver. Don't be just say, okay, they're not giving me what they don't give you now. You have to deliver. You have one of the best sporting directors in the world right now, supporting you in every way, shape, form, anyhow. So you have to deliver results. That's the way it is. Now, away from that. So Graham Bailey going to let us know, say, the deal with Crystal Palace, one gets with Sporting Lisbon for Ousmane Diomande, it won't collapse now. Why? Ab initio, Sporting Lisbon give Crystal Palace the impression say they no go collect the buyout clause. They go follow them negotiate. Now, after Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal don't do their business, Sporting Lisbon don't go back on their words. They don't tell Crystal Palace say, see, we are expecting you now because it is understood that Sporting are now demanding. For you to know say before they were not demanding, they are now demanding his release clause, which is about 70 million. Now, Crystal Palace are confused and dumbfounded. Say, no be waiting we talk before. When I saw that report, I just laugh and say, they've gotten the Sporting treatment. This is the Sporting treatment. When you negotiate with somebody in bad faith, name it is. So I don't know whether Crystal Palace will go along with the deal because the idea or the expectation was to sell Maguire and use Ousmane Diomande as a replacement. Sell Maguire for 40 million, add extra money to get this player because they believe they're supposed to negotiate, but we just watch. The team not really concerns them, but I just want to put them out there for you to see the type of characters where we did negotiate with for Gyokeres. That they really stress us. See how the deal they go. You gonna wonder, look at the way Man U can sign player, look at the way Man City they sign this their own player. So like why you say our own day different? See the way Liverpool they sign players. Why our own day different? Now because of this type of characters. So it will also happen. Now, away from that also, we're going to get another report from Fabrizio Romano that Ademola Lookman has said yes to Inter Milan. The deal now depends on Atalanta's decision. Whether Atalanta will want to sell him or they don't want to sell him, I want to believe they want to sell him but we never know how much. This deal, if the guy go and play for pay me, like I would have preferred he joined the Arsenal, but I'm not the one at the helm of affairs. Don't make me go decide. So it is what it is. Now, for Merson, when they talk about Eberechi, when they say Eberechi has got the X factor. They talk about the player. In fact, when you read the entirety of the report put out by just Arsenal, Paul Merson has been quoted to have said this to Sky Sports. If you ask me whether Arsenal should sign Eberechi Eze or Madueke, I'd have said Eze all day long. Now, that's a deal I can see happening, and it will be a brilliant signing for Arsenal. He explained that Eze offered a solution to a long-standing problem at the Emirates. Arsenal struggle when teams come to the Emirates and put everyone behind the ball. Teams want to limit the space Arsenal are playing, and they have struggled to break down teams with those tactics. For me, that's where Eze comes in. It's got the X factor and the ability to break a low block down. Merson did acknowledge that Eze may not be answered for every occasion. See, when I read this, I was like, this is not the Paul Merson I used to know. Like, Paul Merson in these days, the jam talk, don't the jabber. First question, if say me did there with them, now when they talk this, the first question, does Eze and Madueke play the same position where you can't compare? You are comparing apples to oranges. Do they play the same position? That is an unfair, like a crazy, like comparison. Madueke is coming to cover for Bukayo Saka. Eze is coming to cover for Odegaard. We need the two. Now, Saka got injury last season. Saka missed 19 games. We know how it felt. Now, when we say Koshi don't talk, say he don't use Waneri for that Saka side. They know they plan to use him there again. Are you saying only Saka should play that right? If Saka don't tie ankle, no, if you do anything, like, come on. I don't think that is a very good analogy. They're not supposed to when they put two of them, someone go pick one. No, we need the two. They're supposed to tell us to buy Eze. Now, Eze and Rodrygo, even if you won't talk, because Eze cannot play right, his versatility not reach there. Eze's versatility is left and 10. Left, 8, 10. That's what Eze plays. So why would you be putting, nobody messing with the first state of this, you know? I don't see many Arsenal fans talking, but why am I responding to Merson? Because he's a popular voice. So that's why I attack that opinion. I don't think that's well, look at here when I won't take. Because for me, they don't play the same position. So why would you be comparing apples to oranges? That's where I stand. I don't really think it make that much sense to me. But you guys can let me know what you think he gets in waiting Baba the top. But these days, I don't just understand for Mercy his thought process. Now, away from that, Fabrizio Romano let us know say Liverpool, they run very, very fast. Liverpool don't agree terms with Hugo Ekitike, and they have sent their first proposal to Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt already informed Liverpool, say they want more. But first contact has been made as club-to-club talks continue. Why this news make me really happy? Now the fact say Newcastle already tell Liverpool say they don't want to sell Isaac. That's why Liverpool can move for Hugo Ekitike. The way where they read Einstein, the reporter say Liverpool advancing in talks to sign Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt. Negotiations for 23-year-old forward progressing on package worth in excess of 80 million. In excess of 80 million. We can take a step back. Could I ask myself, wait till Hugo Ekitike play for Eintracht Frankfurt we make am worth in excess of 80 million? Just imagine say now Arsenal one bid for Hugo Ekitike in excess of 80 million. How would the fan base react? It would have been a toxic response. There will be so much speech. Everybody will talk. You know good, you know good. Where is now the outrage for Liverpool spending over 80 million for Hugo Ekitike? Where is the outrage? I've not seen it. I don't check ESPN UK. I don't check TalkSport. I have not seen it. But imagine it was Arsenal going for Hugo Ekitike for a bid, something in excess, a package in excess of 80 million. But every AK market day, go to see different podcasts. Everybody they talk about that. Why the double standard? I cannot understand it. Maybe if you understand that, please let me know in the comment section, because me personally, I know life. I know the watch Bundesliga. Let's maybe Bayern won't play and Bayer Leverkusen title level. I know if you just cool down, I go to watch and Frankfurt. So those of you now the watcher, is he worth in excess of 80 million? This is the question, because nobody saying EPL quality. So that risk will always be there, just like Gyokeres too. The risk will always be. So Is it really worth it? Let me know. Like if they talk Gyokeres now, we they see in numbers. Can his numbers be compared to Gyokeres? These are the questions. Why they ask? In fact, I would prefer when they even sign. I mean, they leave the Isaac because getting Isaac, that one go choke us again. So we then sign this one. Even Florian Plesser was in Liverpool have verbally indicated to Eintracht Frankfurt that they are ready to outspend Newcastle. Liverpool they very very desperate. Which kind of bidding tactics with this? They go tell Eintracht say, see, any amount when Newcastle offer now, we will offer more. We will do more. If I would ever say the guys already signed personal terms with Liverpool, said already agreed personal terms according to Fabrizio Romano. So we'll just watch how everything will unfold at the end of the day. Look at this. Now, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest rivalry has just begun. Now, remember when I talk about this thing, say the way when Nottingham Forest they report Crystal Palace to UEFA, you go make the first match where two of them go play this season. That match will be hot. The atmosphere will be hot. Because for the minds of Forest and for the minds of Palace, especially their chairman Steve Parish, in the talk say now Nottingham Forest be the reason we make them demote them from Europa League to Conference League. That be their own argument. Although they have appealed the decision of UEFA, but we just watch any way they go. Shola are there. I will let you know. Now, before we proceed further, so let's bring you a message from one of our sponsors. Porter Logistics and Delivery Services. They are into import and export, pickup delivery, doorstep delivery, courier delivery, haulage, transport logistics, dispatch and errand services. So if you want to ship to USA, Canada, UK, or Europe, the FAP ship, the FAP receives from these same destinations. Now, if you're interested in the services, I want to reach out to them. You can call them on +234 8075478645 or 08092445644. Their head office is at Block D, Shop 41, Binukono Ultra Modern Market, Ojota, Lagos, and the Ikorodu office is at number 28, Oribu Road, Italewa, Ikorodu, Lagos State. So if you're interested in any of the services, please do reach out to them. Now, and that's Limpar, will be one of the former Arsenal players. You could say it's up to Gyokeres, whether I'm going to sign for Arsenal or not. I hope he does. So as long as we sign him, that particular I hope he does. I think it has been overtaken by events. But you could say as long as we sign him, I will be happy. You never know when it comes to transfer fees, but I hope Arsenal sign him because he's one of the best nines in the world. This first paragraph, I think, with the current standing of events now, don't overtake this one now. Now, where the important, say, I think he is the last piece of the puzzle for the team. He's a number 9 and can sniff out a goal chance, and he will be the perfect icing on the cake. I really like to use this analogy, icing on the cake at Arsenal. I don't want to look down on Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus, but bringing in Gyokeres is a goal machine. Baba, Ogali pass, I did with you 100, I did with you, because now the same mentality where I get say is miles above what we already have. He's a bully. And we've never had this type of striker. Maybe the last time we had somebody like this, or maybe Van Persie. Even if Van Persie no gets in type of physical, this guy is an epitome of strength. Oh God, I can't wait, man. Oh yeah, we go. I can't wait. God. Now, Arsenal don't enter the record books as confirming the signing of Olivia Smith from Liverpool. She becomes the first ever £1 million transfer in women's football. You get so now Arsenal run up. This lady, they say that very, very, as she good die, or say she did lick defenders like a pot of soup. So, but just watch her. Maybe now go help Arsenal break the monopoly of Chelsea, because we have the monopoly of the likes of Man City for the men's football. So Chelsea dominates the female football. So let's see. This is a nasty banger for the Arsenal women and the men's football. Now, Christian Mosquera, according to Chris Whitley, he don't pass in medical ahead of signing for Arsenal. So that one said, now good news. Now you carry soon with the wait. Smoke here waiting this up. At the same time, Arsenal already said £20 million of Vieira, who would like to reunite with former Arsenal coach Carlos Cuesta at Parma. So we'll wait, we'll see whether Parma will be ready to pay the money, because you have to put your money where your mouth is. Don't be just come and say, oh, I want this player. Someone carry player make it go. So now where we did now. So we need to recoup some of the funds that we've already spent. Now, this is Sporting Lisbon fans ahead of the preseason. Them come watch players with the train. They come carry this banner. Now the banner is in Portuguese, but this is the interpretation. So the commentator say they no go cry for those who already go. So they go they happy with those we did the club, you get. And I don't say now Gyokeres that they talk about because the public perception over there in Portugal, I don't really know what it be. Whether fans they para for Federico Verandas or fans they para for Gyokeres. I know they there, I'm not on the ground, so I can't really tell. But once it's settled, Gyokeres don't go. What's in law? They say don't they prepare to yes, what's in law? So them they're ready to work with those with them for the club. In fact, now today I want to say before Arsenal went to go and sign Christian Nogard, they actually wanted to sign Paulinha of Bayern, former Fulham defensive midfielder. We go Bayern. At the end of the day, the coach can come there, they come fire him. So you know really, since I think it was Tuchel that brought him there. I can't remember again. But I don't say no can they get game time. Now they find an escape route, and Arsenal wanted to go and get him. It gets, but the agreements could not be reached according to BILD. So that's why we can look for Nogard, who's a leader and has so much experience. We can snap that one up. So that one safe. I knew so we don't know before. So my dear Arsenal lovers, let's bring you another message from another of our sponsor in Mobi Wealth Associates and Co Limited. They're into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 80 646 42234, and they're located at number 7 Ekeniwo Road or Razi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of the services, do give them a call. Now, the biggest news of the day, number 5, say Romano can give us clarity on why we never hear here we go for Gyokeres. So you can talk, say, the agent of Gyokeres, Hassan Ketinkaya, is still in London to complete the deal. So once they finish him, everywhere goes to. The expectation is that it will be finished today. He does his medical tomorrow. He goes out for preseason on Saturday. So anything apart from this timeline, let me say if you don't follow them, go maybe later time go come meet them for preseason. But with that being said, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show and end. Like come your way in the evening to give the evening news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Not your mouth. All right, let's choose.